This is the nVidia GeForce GT710 and I was scammed of this card a few years back. Back then I had no idea what I was getting myself into or what this card was capable of. I only bought this card because it had 2 gigabytes of video memory, which I thought it to be enough for the games that I was going to be playing. Was the card enough for me then, and is the card enough for us now? Now we know that during this pandemic, you went to buy something like an RTX 3060 Ti, which is one of the best mid-range cards that is out there. It will probably cost you about $1,500. Same with the 5600 XT, same situation there. And 1660 Ti, still very expensive. Even the lower end 1650 Super costs more than $1,000. And then comes this puny little GT710 with its average price tag of $50. This thing has 2 gigabytes of DDR3 VRAM and a very low clock speed, very slow memory, and puny little heatsink with no fan. Is this even a viable choice in 2022? Should you even get it, or does this thing belong in the trash? Let us test this card out, see what type of performance we can get out of this now. And to be noted, I will not go easy on this card. First of all, we have Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is the most popular game that is out there on Steam, still being played. I'm running the game at the absolute lowest, 824 by 768 stretch, and the game barely manages to get 60 FPS. But it is playable. I think you can enjoy and play like this. However, there will be a little bit of stutter and lag here and there during intense action and when there is a lot of smoke. Now here I am running the game at 640 by 480, which is the absolutely lowest that the game allows. And yeah, you can see how small that is on a 1080p display. However, this actually increased my performance a lot, relieving and maintaining at least about 18 to 90 FPS. So yeah, this was more than playable. You can actually play really good on this card. Anyways, now we have Valorant here on the absolute lowest, 1024 by 768, all lowest setting, and the results were actually very good. I was not expecting such a performance out of this. It ran better than Counter-Strike, and even while recording, this was maintaining about 120 FPS. It was a very smooth experience. Now we have Fortnite, and this game was a mixed bag. On performance mode and lowest settings, that is 720p, 3D resolution was set at 80%, and even with this such a low setting, the game managed to hover around 40 FPS, which was, well, you will see in a second what happened really. Seems like someone has dropped here with us. I'm going to try to grab that gun and get in, and unfortunately there seems to be another one on me, and the game lagged. That's right, the game does lag, freezes in between, drops frame, very unplayable. Dota2 on the other hand is running on the highest settings at 720p, and the game is managing about 25 to 30 FPS, which is very low. I do not recommend playing like this. The card had defaulted to such settings. So lower down the settings to the absolute minimum and the game managed to run very good FPS. But it is not surprising as this game is very old and it has been designed to run on all potatoes out there. This thing can run on every potato that has ever been made, so not a big surprise here. We have Grand Theft Auto 5, that's right, a AAA title here. And on a single player campaign, as you can see, I have set the graphics at medium and at high texture resolution. Still the resolution is going to be 720p. Now keep in mind that I have locked the frame rate at 30 FPS and it was barely maintaining 30 FPS lock, but you can perfectly play it fine like that. It is definitely playable, although you are pushing the card way too much with those higher textures. I would suggest playing all medium normal settings to avoid any lag or stuttering. This card is quite old and tends to be overheating, so maybe that is the problem of the freezes. Next up we have Battlefield 4. I'm running the game at medium settings here. The game managed about 25 to 30 FPS, but it was not very constant, not very stable, so I would recommend playing at the lowest settings. This is the lowest possible settings and the game was managing well above 30 FPS, that is very playable.
Right. Scan the area. That's the building. More like half the building.
this is it for this graphics card. Should you buy it? Well, the performance don't lie. It can actually be a decent card if you want to play old games, but if I am to recommend you now, don't buy it. There are better cards that are out there that will provide you better value for your money. This will just be a waste and a hole in your pocket. nVidia has dropped its support for 700 series cards, so you're better off buying something like a GT1010 or a GT1030, which you can also see on my channel. So until then, peace out. Thank you for watching. See you next time.